Hello. I invite you to a very special reflection from the book Our Home by André Luiz. Before we move further into the story, we pause for a moment at the words that open this entire journey. This is not yet a chapter. This is not a narrative. This is Emmanuel's introduction. And it must be said clearly. This is not an ordinary preface to a book. It is a spiritual warning. It is an invitation to responsibility. It is a key, without which the whole story may be misunderstood. Emmanuel does not introduce the author in an earthly sense. He does not search for his name in registers. He does not list titles, achievements, or biographies. Instead, he says something very different. That sometimes anonymity is the fruit of love and mercy. That forgetting one's own name can be a blessing. Because this is not about a person. It is not about an author. It is about experience. André Luiz does not come to us as a famous physician. He comes as a brother, as someone who has walked the path, and returns with truth. Emmanuel explains something essential. That many books about life after death already exist. That spirits have spoken before. But this book has a different purpose. Not sensation. Not curiosity. Not the extraordinary. Its aim is understanding the order that governs spiritual life. To show that the invisible world is not detached from earth. That who we are here has direct consequences there. Emmanuel also says something deeply relevant today. Spiritism is expanding. More and more people are interested. But he warns us. It is not enough to study phenomena. It is not enough to belong to a doctrine. It is not enough to instruct others. One thing is essential. Do not neglect yourself. Because the human being is not an orphan of fate. He is a child of God. Earthly life is not a punishment. It is a school. Struggle, difficulty, and experience are not obstacles on the spiritual path. They are the path. Then comes one of the most powerful statements of the entire introduction. Emmanuel says, the greatest surprise of death is not angels. It is not judgment. It is not punishment. The greatest surprise of death is the encounter, face to face, with one's own conscience. This sentence resonates throughout André Luiz's entire story. Because conscience builds heaven. Conscience keeps us in purgatory. Conscience creates hell. Not God. Not a sentence. Not an external punishment. We do. Emmanuel also emphasizes something crucial. That no one should accept this book blindly. That doubt, surprise, and hesitation are natural. And that each reader must reflect personally on what is read. This book is not meant to convince. It is meant to awaken conscience. At the end, Emmanuel speaks plainly. It is not enough to be interested in spirituality. It is not enough to speak of eternity. What is needed is true spirituality. Not as theory, but as a way of living. Because earth is a sacred workshop, and no one leaves it unchanged. No one disregards life. without learning the cost of that mistake. This introduction is not easy. It does not comfort. It does not promise quick light. It offers no guarantees. But it does something far more important. It places us in truth. Before entering André Luiz's story, Emmanuel quietly asks us, are you ready to look at yourself honestly? Are you developing more than knowledge? Is your spirituality a lived experience? Or merely an interest? Because this book does not speak only about the world after death. It speaks about how we live now. In the next reflection, we will turn to André Luiz's own introduction, his view of life, death, and the long road of spiritual maturation. See you soon.